Hello and welcome once more to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 23rd of January and I have some news for you regarding Sony and the notorious PSN hack that happened back in the dark days of 2011. Now, Sony is finally offering up a settlement for those affected in the 2011 hack, however, only if you live in the US. Now, Sony is contacting US PlayStation Network users for details how they can claim compensation for this rather infamous turn of events. Now, naturally, this offer is open to anyone in the US who hails a PSN, Curiosity, or Sony Online Entertainment account before 15th of May 2011. And you will find a form to fill in at psnsoessettlement.com, and I'll put that link in the description below this video, where you can find a form to fill in. Of course, as you probably are aware by now, as this event has kind of generated a reputation all of it by itself, it left PS3 and PSP users around the world unable to play for about 23 days, and personal details were stolen from approximately 77 million accounts, which Sony actually waited up to a week to warn people of. Which, obviously, thumbs down. You know, Emperor thumbs down. That's the level of thumbs down we're talking here. Now, you may be wondering, well, why is this only to US? This was a worldwide issue, right? Well, that does suck, but it is for a legitimate reason, and it's not just because lol, because fuck your happiness. Only US users are eligible, as basically this result is from a US-based class action lawsuit, which makes sense when you think about it. It does suck for anyone in the EU, or well, anywhere other than the US that was affected by this, but for the moment it is US only. So, not exactly surprising given that it was a US-based class action lawsuit, so basically if anyone in the EU, Australia or anywhere wants compensation for this particular attack, they're going to have to set up their own class action or whatever to get their compensation. But at least Sony are finally offering up settlement, finally actually getting people to fill in forms and giving them their rewards. It's only taken them a few years, but they got there in the end, which is good. They bungled it. Of course, no security setup is perfect, not by any means. So maybe they could have prevented the initial attack by having better security, but let's just say that they couldn't have prevented it. What they could have done is handled it better. Not telling people, you know, after a week that 77 million accounts were stolen during the attack and all their details were compromised, potentially credit cards and addresses and God knows what else have been compromised. That is probably what upset people the most, plus not having any access to PSN titles, always online games or online games for 23 days. Well, that was just salt in the wound, really, wasn't it? So at least they're finally being able to compensate people for this, even if it is limited to the US. I doubt we'll see it come out outside of the US, but hey ho, one of those things, unfortunately. It does suck for anyone outside of the US, but unfortunately, unless we want to set up our own little lawsuits, it's not really going to happen. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.